Dun, dun.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Ravens Flock.
Hello, everyone.
Yes. Welcome. This is the first weekend of September, Labor Day weekend. We are just weeks now into the end of summer as we go into fall. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. Joining me on my left is the host of Los Amigos Play, the living id of the Ravens Flock, Mr. Angel Mendez.
It is once more a good time and a good day to stand by with my bros.
The
How
man
y'all
who
doing?
can literally kill you with words.
Words that kill.
Don't be telling everybody my secrets. I have a government
you
job for a
speak?
reason.
Don't give away my calling card.
With your breath so still.
I leave a voicemail, that's it.
Makes me believe.
And this living jukebox right to my right is the host of the Black Files, the man who puts in the man hours behind all the videos that we produce on our channel every single week, Mr. Juan Arouse. Like I said,
the sins
living
never
jukebox.
die. Can't wash this blood off our hands.
Yeah.
Let the world fear us all.
Kojima times.
It just means to an end.
honestly, I'm just glad I don't have to put a quarter in to get in this thing.
This might be like a strange thing to you, but
Beyond
our friend
the
seems to be a bit of a fan of the Metal Gear series.
Just a little.
Slight.
Just a
slight,
smidge.
slight.
And yes, folks, we are simulcasting right now, as we do every weekend, on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online. If you're watching from either one of these platforms, hit the subscribe or hit the follow button located on the bottom right corner.
Everyone,
on
point
our
at
screen.
Angel's left knee. Point to the knee.
It is here, you see.
Point to it
My
and-
leg is enduring harassment from the online community. Just so you
Everyone,
know exactly
click,
where
on,
you need to
click
subscribe.
at the
Nope,
subscribe
'cause
button
it's-
under Angel's knee.
You can't claim harassment on us. You've given us permanent consent.
That doesn't matter. The internet looks at you pointing at my ballsack right now and go, wait a minute.
Oh no. They know that I'm pointing at the logo, and if they listen to context, they will see we are asking them to subscribe to us.
Don't
They're
be
simply
silly.
pointing at the location
Mr.
of the
Arouse,
subscribe
don't
button.
be shenanigans like silly. Do you honestly expect the internet to listen to context?
Hey, have a little hope that there's smart people that pay attention.
Oh, please. They're the kind of people that hear me say, come, padre, and think only of come.
That's true.
Well, that aside,
Just so we can get the party going real quick, I want to... sorry, you go ahead first. You first.
No, I was going to say, and of course, if you have any questions or comments on our YouTube or Twitch channel, go ahead and drop them, and we will answer them during the duration that we are live.
Yep.
Juan, go ahead.
Speaking of which, we already have some fun going on in the chat. Our buddy Steph the Alter Nerd, she's
Hello, Steph.
decided to stick around with us. She's here. Yes, here we go. Yes, so ready for this. Never mind his words. Angel's voice kills. Hashtag simp for Angel. We went as a joke.
I
We
am
started
flattered.
hashtag simp for Steph to try to help get people to subscribe to Steph the Alter Nerd. It's like you were actually pointing at Angel's nuts instead. Juan,
See?
subscribe to
I
Angel's
told
nuts.
you. Damn it. I feel like fucking Andre 3000 in the song Hey Ya. Y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all just want to dance.
Ah,
Hey, hey,
What was
Alright.
good in the hood? But the fact is that due to socioeconomical problems, things were not in fact very good in the hood.
No,
all right,
they were not
folks.
good in the hood.
Let's go ahead and start off. I do want to address, as I mentioned earlier, we are going into a changing of the seasons, heading into fall.
Yes.
And sometimes, and I've said this on our show many times before, sometimes change is good.
Yes, it is inevitable, but whether it will be good or bad, that depends on what happens.
Yeah, nobody likes a program that is stale, that does the same thing over and over again. That's why here at the Ravens Flock, we try to change it up every week by
Yeah.
playing different video games in Los Amigos Play, talking about different topics every week on our flagship platform channel.
May I give them a minor history lesson of the Ravens flock?
By all
Alright,
Okay,
means.
once upon a time, it was just this bald motherfucker in front of his webcam
With a
on his
skateboard.
laptop.
There was a skateboarding ball. The
Actually,
wall-
yes.
The walls were gray and cracked.
Actually, yes. You see, Jose started off as a cosplayer. One of his big cosplays was Lucas Lee from
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
That's right.
This was back when Jose had hair.
This was
Yeah.
back when Chris Evans wasn't Captain America yet.
Believe it or not.
Actually, may I bring it out, please?
You're killing my mood here, Juan.
Okay, then, Mr. Lee, can I go bring it out, bruh?
Yeah, go right ahead. But as Juan goes ahead and brings it out.
Hold my mic.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Wait, give me that.
Go ahead and tell them more about the.
Now I have
tell them more
twice
about
of the
tell them about
voices
the
that he
skateboard.
possesses.
Oh yeah, no. Lucas Lee was one of the best cosplays I've done in my time in the cosplay community here, and everyone loved it. What's so cool about it is not because of the accuracy of the cosplay, but also because I had every person that I run into in all the cons since then sign the skateboard. Here it is, my friends. Everyone has their treasured trophy. This is mine. You
That's
can't
correct.
see it from this for you, but there are a ton of signatures signed on this board.
Yep.
So there you have it. Our beloved leader of the Ravens flock back in the heyday used to be, in fact, a skater man.
No. He was a cosplayer who cosplayed a skater.
I
man.
cosplayed a
Take a
skater
look.
Close enough.
We have so many different friends, some old, some new, some folks whose name we don't even remember anymore. But for real, Jose was a badass as Lucas Lee when he had hair and he had sideburns like a motherfucker.
Unfortunately, Chris Evans decided to become Captain America, and Joe's attempt to imitate his sheer amount of patriotism destroyed his cab, leaving him smooth and shiny like number one from the kids next door.
But it doesn't matter because, like I said,
Change is good.
Change is good. People go through changes all the time, and it helps. It's all about progression. Now, in some cases, change can be debatable. I think now would be a good time to bring up all the information that I've collected. WWE NXT is going to be going through a major revamp, a major reboot of the entire program. In 2 weeks, on September 14th, they will be launching the official revamp of WWE NXT.
All right, I'm gonna have to give them a minor history lesson on how this thing worked out. Give me a minute.
Go right
As you
ahead.
know, as a prelude, as you know, as of recently, WWE for the last few years has developed a bit of a spotty reputation that has become less spotty and more solid fucking pitch black. And as a result, it looks like they are running to go into the past.
Well,
Kind of, not. Well,
let's explain. Let's briefly explain the history of NXT.
okay. First things first, folks. I know that not everyone comes to the Ravens flock just for professional wrestling news. That's why Jose has his own show, Wrestle Rewind, Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, simulcast on Twitch and YouTube. If you want wrestling news, if you want to recap on stuff, you go there.
Yes.
Now, NXT has been going since what year? 2000 and
February 2010.
Yep. Okay. So
Coming fresh out of the much-needed Mercy Kill from the reboot of ECW.
Yep.
Damn.
See, here's what's up. Back in 2001, Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, had gone bankrupt, and Vince McMahon, the owner of the WWE, decided to buy up the assets, buy the debt, and get the ownership of the brand of ECW. After a couple of the old wrestlers from ECW started working there, along with the former owner of it, Paul Heyman, working behind the scenes and in front of the camera as well, ECW got enough groundswell for the nostalgia days to warrant a reunion show, which was ECW One Night Stand. After two of those reunion shows, 1 year after the other, it was officially announced that ECW would return as a full-time brand. At the beginning, it was very good. It was extreme and it was violent. We had some of the veterans of ECW and a couple new faces who were coming up through the development system of the WWE for rookies, were independent wrestlers who just signed there in order to make a name for themselves. Eventually, they lost the plot on ECW. It devolved into something that had none of the original spirit of it, and as Jose said, in February 2010 they aired their last broadcast of ECW on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it was mercifully shot in the head and just put in the shelf forever.
It was like I said, a much-needed Mercy Kill.
It got old yellered.
Exactly. Yes. In its place came NXT. Yes, it's an abbreviation for next or whatever. It's not an actual promotion or whatever. It's not new extreme transmission.
It's supposed to
it's
be
just
next generation talent.
They started.
Oh.
Yep. They. Ha 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 ha.
Wouldn't that just be then NGXT? GXT? Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
Next generation talent.
Wrestling in the school with my bros now.
Oh my God!
God.
So,
Anyways, without ever
so
trying
the
too
format
hard.
of WWE NXT from 2010, they
Originally, they had it set up as a reality show thing where you had 5 veteran WWE wrestlers coaching and mentoring 5 newcomer the wrestlers from the independent circuit or from the development programs that WWE had. This grew and this changed until they decided, you know what, we're going to actually take our development programs and bring them in-house instead of outsourcing it to smaller promotions or to other people. We'll set up a factory, you know, not a factory, but like a training facility. We'll set up training camps, and we'll take the brands that we've got and we'll take it over full force and make that into NXT, and we'll run it as an independent promotion.
Yep.
We'll actually run it the way indie promotions run: small shows for these wrestlers to gain experience, to gain knowledge, to gain a fan base of their own. We'll televise that on the internet, and we'll show people what these new guys are capable of. And for the longest time, times was good.
It seemed like a good idea. I mean, eventually you have to bring in new talent. You can't have the same stars wrestling forever. They gotta retire at some point.
Yeah, NXT transitioned into that development program in May of 2012, and it was the original brainchild of not only former WWE World Champion Triple H, but also WWE Hall of Famer, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
So, for those of you who don't have a lot of wrestling history knowledge, if you know who Triple H is, he's the dude who spits the water and hits people with the sledgehammer.
Always has to talk like this, and he comes out to Motorhead.
He is the game. He is the cerebral assassin. He is that damn good. He is married to the boss's daughter. He's set for life.
Let's not
He's so
talk too
good
much
that he
about
became
him.
part of the management.
I don't want to kiss his ass. Let's keep going.
No, we're not kissing
Everybody
his ass.
else is already doing it.
We're calling him by the names that he's come up with. He was a leader of D-Generation X. He was one of the... No, you remember
I know, it's just the name always cracks me up because all I can think about is Yu-Gi-Oh!
Go on.
It's
So,
just wrestling, but with Yu-Gi-Oh!
but and he was also
Konami, I want to make a show about this.
God damn it. No, I think they had that was it Baki the Grappler? No, it wasn't.
Son of a bitch, you're right.
So, Triple H, he was trained in the old school ways. He was trained under a wrestling legend named Killer Kowalski. He got his ass beat when he was a skinny fucking kid in Connecticut and Massachusetts, in that area. So he knows the value of coming up in that fashion. And Dusty Rhodes, he is, rest his soul, one of the greatest and weirdest bookers and mindsets of professional wrestling. He was a wrestler. He was a multiple-time world heavyweight champion, and he had a mind for the business that kept shows and kept matches interesting. Folks come up with a name for a type of match called a dusty finish, where basically where basically the plot of a match goes in one direction, but you feel like, oh shit, we're running out of time. They fucking jump through it, give it to the last minute, and just fucking like finish it up in a way that sort of throws a curveball at you.
So he wasn't just a sportsman, he was an entertainer.
Oh yes,
He was doing Greek theater on the ring.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if you actually go, Joseph, pull up a photo of Dusty Rhodes, show him what the man's about.
Who put the man in Gladiator?
So,
Dusty Rhodes.
Actually, yeah, fuck yes.
Who's there in wrestling's great theater? Dusty Rhodes. Is he strong?
Yeah, nobody meaner.
Is he green?
Our favorite color?
No, because he's dead.
Oh, asshole.
No, but for real though.
Okay, so
I have seen Dusty before, and honestly, when I saw this guy, I never expected him to make it that big. I thought he was just gonna get by with the size and strength, but
No,
from what little I seen, he has some.
he's got charisma.
Yeah, he had that presence. I'm not just talking about his size; it was pretty fucking big. Presence in the ring, you know.
And so between 2012 to 2019, for 7 years, NXT has been growing
number.
and evolving into a popular brand that WWE wrestling fans watch. And it aired every Wednesday night on the WWE Network, and they did it at Full Sail University.
Down in Orlando, Florida, like
I
just
keep forgetting how close to us all this shit happens.
freaking wild, isn't it? Okay, so Orlando's about 100 miles east of where we are.
Like
and
what?
over
An
there
hour,
they got
2 hours driving?
2 hours.
2 hours if you're lazy. And Full Sail University has a partnership where they do digital media production and all that stuff. Basically, WWE went there and said, hey, you want a full-time gig for life? We're going to produce our shit with you guys, and your students get to work and learn with us. And if they do a good job, they can have a job with us.
Would you like some money?
And the program was great. They came out with some awesome moments there. They had they had great tag team championship runs with FTR, who was known as the Revival, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Those guys are independent wrestlers, but they are like legendary. They may not be like the biggest guys guys, but they're big fucking guys.
It also resulted in an expansion over to the European market, which establishes the other brand called NXT UK for United Kingdom.
Literally, they just said, you know what? There's a lot of small independent promotions over in the UK.
Might as well use them.
We may as well jump in the market on that.
There's buff people everywhere willing to beat the hell out of each other.
Many of the big-time WWE stars came from NXT.
Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns,
Finn Balor.
Paige.
God,
Oh my God, Paige. Oh, dude.
Kevin Owens.
Actually, no. Kevin Owens, he started as an independent wrestler under the name Kevin Steen, and he was a lot more of like the big hefty dude who didn't really give a shit, but he got himself a little more trimmed down, a little more beefy, and a little more serious in his crafting and
You
stuff.
replace fat with muscles?
And
he's still fucking dangerously large, dude.
And they also had
Nice.
popular takeover pay-per-view events that featured all the top NXT stars, and they had awesome, compelling storylines. The rivalry between Gargano and Ciampa, two best friends feuding for each other for years.
Two best friends in a room. They might kiss.
They also had the Undisputed Era, faction of 4 hungry guys from the independents, and they captured every single championship in NXT.
No kidding. Adam Cole was the NXT champion. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly were the tag champions.
And Roderick Strong was the North American champion.
So for what you guys are telling me, the NXT was an amazing business decision that basically gave them all the money and fame in the world. What happened, though?
Basically, they worked with the brilliant idea of like, we're gonna run this as a small independent promotion, just with the giant paycheck and the backing and resources of WWE.
It's an indie film, but with budget.
Exactly.
But I think the pivotal point which started the downfall for NXT was the birth of AEW.
See, that's the big thing. Jose started his Wednesday Night War stuff and the coverage on this, where basically All Elite Wrestling came out, and that very quickly became the hottest ticket promotion outside of WWE because they had financial backing, they got production value, and they were basically snatching up every independent wrestler that they could.
Oh, so NXT was doing this before, but AEW came in and it was even more powerful, and it just consumed that corner of the market.
Now,
And even though the WWE will
not yet. I'm getting to it. I know that I take a little while to get to the point, but I'm trying to get to the point and give the details.
He's putting layers
with
on this cake.
AEW announcing that they were coming out with their weekly show, Wednesday Night Dynamite, Vince McMahon looked at that and said,
"Oh,
fuck that!
So,
we're gonna run competition on them."
The second you said Vince, I knew bad shit was gonna happen 5 minutes later.
So he decided, you know what, I'm gonna take this NXT show that everyone seems to be liking really very much, and I'm gonna put it on television instead of the WWE Network, and I'm gonna have them run counter programming to AEW 2 hours every week. Get these guys workout, and I'm going to make sure that they get those numbers because I'm going to personally get in on that.
And from October 3rd of 2019, the Wednesday Night War began.
And Jose got a brand new boner on life. I mean lease on life.
No, that's what it is.
No, I mean boner on life.
So essentially, it wasn't it wasn't just AEW showing up and stating as a form of competition. It was Vince McMahon forcing it to be a competition.
Yes, and between
he literally engineered this war. This is an ID tag war with ID tag wrestlers in an ID tag rings.
And between October 3rd of 2019 until early this year, AEW has been beating the shit out of NXT in the Wednesday night ratings, drawing in large numbers and killing it in the 18 to 49 demographic numbers.
What do you think is causing that to happen? Because I understand they had the same premise, but what is making AEW triumph over NXT so badly?
The big thing on it is, okay, you have a rabid fan base in AEW.
Of course.
They came
from WWE, right?
No,
not all of them.
Not all of them. They basically, you had people who were so bored and so desperate to get away from the programming of WWE's Raw and SmackDown that they wouldn't really give NXT the time of day.
Damn.
And they knew that the only reason NXT moved away from the streaming app to broadcast television was for the express purpose of competition. So folks were basically like, no, we're not going to let the big bad machine Vince McMahon win. We're going to go on AEW. We're going to support that for life because that's the real cool.
So it's console wars.
Kind of, yeah. Not really giving the folks, the wrestlers in NXT the fair shake that they really deserve because, Jose, on your program, you first had it set up as Wednesday Night War, which you had exclusively on Instagram first, and then we moved it to YouTube. And for a couple weeks, then that's when the Wednesday Night War was over. But for the longest time, you would talk about how even though AEW would keep winning in the ratings, you still had a lot of preferences on NXT matches that just had better storyline, had better progression.
It had better structure in their wrestling content.
But it was connected to WWE. Which means that the people were already soured on it.
Another advantage that AEW has is star power. They had big names like Chris
I was about to
Jericho.
ask.
They also had big names like from the independents like Kenny Omega, because Kenny Omega has a worldwide reputation in wrestling.
Whatever that reputation may
So
be worth
essentially,
now.
they were set up to fail because they were doing good, but not only was Vince literally engineering a competition, their past history and connections soured them to the fan base, and the other guys came in with equal, if not higher level of A, money, and B, star power.
There is also a
Exactly.
few flaws in the WWE. Like just to give an example, like they have a flaw and it's consistent. Like they don't do any like long-term booking with any of the storylines in WWE, and that includes NXT.
Doesn't that mean that that shit can just change all of a
Pretty
sudden?
much the only
You
long-term.
can't miss an episode. Anything could happen.
But if all the episodes are completely disconnected narratively wise, that means that I can miss all the episodes I want.
Another thing, and it's an
Regrettably.
advantage in AEW, is that the wrestlers in AEW, they're given creative freedom, creative liberty to do what they want.
Now, for what it's worth, having your own creative control in your own storylines and stuff, while that may be all well and good, you do need a bit of structure so that people can follow along on what's happening. Like, here's what's up. Just to give you one example.
Listening.
Okay, in NXT, you have a storyline going on with the group of Johnny Gargano and his group, The Way, feuding with the big blonde, creepily powerful, looks like a butcher serial killer with a mustache, Dexter Loomis.
He looks stupid. He's fucking stupid.
No. Here's the thing. The storyline on it
Let me
is
see this man.
Joseph. Show him.
I'm gonna see
Pull
this
up
man.
Dexter Loomis.
All
for
right,
him.
I'll pull it up. Juan, finish your point.
hang on,
The
I gotta open it
storyline
myself,
is
don't worry.
one of the members of The Way. Her name is Indy Hartwell.
Okay.
Gargano basically looks at her as like his baby sister or whatever, and everyone looks at her as like the kid sibling of the family. She's fallen in love with Dexter Loomis, and despite him trying to keep them apart, their love is just too strong, and they decided to get married.
This guy looks like the main character from Reno 901, but like on crack.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy.
His nipples are aggressively trying to stab me to the screen.
But what's funny about that is that it may be a weird storyline because, like, okay, so the way they have it out for this dude, because he's a competition, but the girl in there, Indy Hartwell, she's in love with him and they love each other, and now they're gonna get married. I kid you not. On social media, she's been posting and tagging all the women of the WWE, like Sasha Banks and Bayley. It's like this cutesy little 1940s drawing of her and Dexter Loomis in this black and white drawing of like, you are cordially invited to our wedding.
Wow.
Show him. Go and pull it up. Pull it up.
I'll pull it up.
That's not a marriage invitation. That's a power move.
But like, it's funny and it's stupid, but it's a storyline you can follow.
Yeah.
However,
there's a bit of charm to the stupid, I suppose.
now, on the other hand, with All Elite Wrestling, you have another faction called the Dark Order. Now, okay.
I need an anime of this, man.
Okay.
The Dark Order.
No. Let me tell you what's up.
I'm listening.
The Dark Order started with no direction and no leadership.
I won't lie. That's kind of cute.
See what I mean? Isn't it silly? Isn't it cute?
That is,
it's like a nice.
That is one of those I am home Lucy moments.
It's like an I Love Lucy looking, Art Deco looking kind of thing. Isn't it
Yes.
sweet?
Yeah,
Now,
but anyways, go
the
on.
thing with the Dark Order is that they started without any leader. That they're just dudes in gimpy black and purple masks and numbers either on their mask or painted on their chest, and they're just creepy dudes doing bad things. They finally managed to get a guy to be their dark and evil leader, and he was Brody Lee, the Exalted One. I think we told you about him. He
That
passed
is a
away.
final boss ass name.
No, the Dark, yeah, and then under Mr. Brody Lee's leadership, the Dark Order was a force to be reckoned with.
They were like, the thing is that they were composed of such a weird composition. You had dudes who didn't have any sort of personality on their own, who just had themselves face masks and everything, and you had Colt Cabana in there as well.
And
somehow.
suddenly Colt Cabana.
No, like he's like the comedian independent wrestler who has the long time podcast, The Art of Wrestling.
Yeah.
And he's just like this, like everyone knows Colt Cabana as like this happy go lucky, like sort of like here to have a good time.
The Jack Black of wrestling games.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be a
So-
compliment.
so we're
what
just
the hell is
going-
he doing in the Dark Order?
Well, you see,
Like,
every single bad guy group needs to come. He's like the fucking Meowth of Team Rocket there.
oh no!
However,
But like, well, then Brody Lee passed away.
yeah, I was
sadly.
gonna get to that. That's another thing that AEW has been successful in. Like they produce like really, really, really awesome programs on their weekly shows, like weekly specials. This was not planned, but the way they handled the tribute to Mr. Brody Lee and his passing couldn't have been any better.
It's true. Like Brody Lee passed away. Everyone's basically like honoring his death and everything. And his little baby boy, his son, was given Brody Lee's TNT championship belt. Because when he became TNT champion, he changed the belt and, they just gave it to his son. Isn't it sweet and is it nice? But, like, since then, the Dark Order hasn't really had a direction. They haven't seen a lot of action. And folks are still too closely tied to Brody Lee's passing to see them as bad guys again.
I
Yeah.
actually been keeping up on AEW Dark and Dark Elevation. The Dark Order is splitting up.
You see what
So
I mean?
they just
I didn't know that!
So they just meander in the background until they realize this really ain't work.
This ain't
so
working.
real life, in a way, screw them up worse than anything else could.
Yes,
Exactly. It's kind of fucked up. But
Yeah,
like,
but by in the
Getting-
mid. Oh yeah, go
So,
on.
like getting to the point of NXT's rebrand, basically after the thrashing that NXT had been getting in the Wednesday Night War ratings,
They moved it back to Tuesday, and the ratings haven't gotten any better.
Ooh,
and
shit.
that's when Vince McMahon went ahead and decided, you know what? Fuck this! I'm changing everything. I'm gonna be directly in control of the programming from now on.
fiber
All right, here's where I come in, spitting facts of what I have collected.
Folks, you're gonna shit a chicken.
All right, so
Folks,
here's
for real, you're going to shit a chicken. I recommend highly that you get to a coop.
So what the WWE are now looking for in terms of the NXT revamp. First of all, it was earlier reported by, and take it with a grain of salt, by Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. They spoke to a source in the WWE, and they basically mentioned that Vince and Bruce Pritchard and Nick Khan made it clear that for the NXT revamp, they are not looking for, and I kid you not, this is the term they said, no more midgets and no more wrestlers in their 30s.
Wow.
Okay,
They want
Real-
big guys who are like over 6 feet tall and younger guys and who have who fit the same body mold as John Cena and Roman Reigns.
So they're tightening the standards to ensure that they only get the best of the best.
now here's what's up. They also said specifically that they don't want a lot of indie darlings anymore.
yes.
So,
But what's the fucking point then?
but you have to remember, NXT was originally created as a developmental brand for brand new trainees and wrestlers to gain
Oh.
experience. So what they're going for instead is not just cutting down on how many independent wrestlers get scouted and brought into NXT, but getting athletes who have zero wrestling experience, not even professional or amateur wrestling. They want people from baseball, from basketball, from football,
from powerlifting.
from
Wait a
powerlifting.
second. But if you expect every single candidate to be roughly the same height and have roughly the same build and have roughly the same skills, won't that stagnate your content even further if every wrestler looks and acts more or less exactly the same?
Oh my goodness. It's almost as if you pointed out a exact flaw in their plan.
Like,
Now-
you're literally making a fucking mold cast and making sure every single action figure will be from that mold cast and nothing else.
It's okay. Here's the thing. In a recent interview from weeks ago, heading to Takeover 36, WWE President Nick Khan actually was asked this question about the revamp of NXT, and he basically confirmed everything that was reported by Meltzer was true. That's what they're looking for.
Fuck!
Yes. And he basically said, like, listen, there's already too many independent wrestlers that came from NXT that's on Raw and SmackDown right now. In his words, like, I'm not verbatim, but basically they don't want to keep doing the same thing. They want to change it up, and they want to develop an easier system for athletes who don't have a wrestling background to become WWE superstars.
Wait a fucking second. You know what this all sounds to me?
Yeah.
We got too many people who are paying. We gotta cut this down and get a new fresh batch of fucking indentured servants we can exploit a little more.
Now, to their
These
credit,
assholes are getting too wise to the shit we're doing, so we gotta replace them now.
Now, to their credit, Angel and Juan, the WWE have been doing a great job because they do have the WWE Performance Center in Winter Park, Florida, and any athlete that doesn't have a wrestling background, they're trained in the Performance Center by WWE coaches.
It's true, but the moment one athlete is found out to be 1 inch too short from the allowed, you literally have to be this tall to wrestle in this ring now.
Yes, because
fucking
apparently
ridiculous?
because that system worked for Roman Reigns and they want to go back to that formula. The feeling is that, according to Meltzer, is that NXT lost the war and this is the aftermath. This is the result. They're now going back to developmental.
So they're trying to recover by jumping back. This feels like the ultimate safe play. Going back to developmental and make sure that we take absolutely no risk with any wrestler. They have to be our exact specifications, molds, and statistics. I have a fucking blueprint on my wall, and if you don't match the blueprint, you are not allowed to wrestle in this ring.
I actually pulled up an article here
Pretty
that
much.
was reported on September 1st in regards to WWE rumors of Vince McMahon and WWE executive producer Bruce Pritchard will be producing this new
Every
NXT.
time you say Vince McMahon, bad news follows almost immediately
Which
after.
means that the original guy who was in charge of NXT, Triple H, he is no longer directly involved.
He's no longer making decisions. He's only collecting a paycheck. Is this what you wanted, Triple H? Is this what you dreamed of when you swung that hammer for the first time?
Now-
No, it isn't. He's losing his shit.
All right.
Let's try and bring this home.
Now, as reported on their recent Wrestling Observer Radio, Brian Alvarez noted that it's going to be like the old NXT. He's heard from several people now that they're going back to live shows, and it's going to be a Vince McMahon produced production. He also reports that McMahon and Pritchard will be behind the big decisions, not the little ones, and will be behind marketing, promotion, and direction.
That is all the decisions. That isn't just the big decision. Don't fuck with me. That isn't just the big decisions. That is all the decisions. Those are the ones that make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why for the past couple of weeks, and this coming week will be the last one, WWE NXT have been recording their weekly shows ahead of time and showing off tape recordings every single week to prepare themselves for the revamp.
Oh, this
next
is amazing.
next week will be the final week, the final Tuesday of what we come to know as the black and gold era of NXT. The revamp will officially start on September 14th.
What colors are they going to use if they're not using black?
Oh, if you guys seen the little thumbnail that we got, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna pull this up. one more time.
All right.
Wait, that's the one
Okay.
you show me. I remember now.
Yep,
It's the
yep,
one
yep,
that
yep.
goes, graphic design is my passion.
Yeah, and a lot of people on the internet are already like shitting on the graphics, and they're shitting on the
Okay.
entire idea of the of a revamp for NXT.
Now, I'm gonna
Okay,
lie to
take a
you.
look at this.
I don't hate
Okay,
the graphics.
Now, if you're looking at us right now on the screen, that's our thumbnail for tonight's show. The little NXT logo back there,
the
and
ball
yes,
made of colors.
yes, that shit that looks like somebody snorted Adobe Photoshop and sneezed it all over the letters NXT. That's what that looks like. That's why Jose and I agreed. Where you put that fucking picture of Vince McMahon laughing at you.
It looks like Gilbert Gottfried in the minute of ejaculation.
No, that's Vince McMahon.
That's Vince.
That's Vince fucking
But thank you
McMahon.
for that comparison.
Here's the deal. I don't hate the fact that it has a big splash of color because I saw the actual opening intro that you show me, and the way they're doing it is very clear they're going back to the olden days of, bro, it is now the fucking 90s. Everybody has graffiti. Literally everybody. We're gonna spray it everywhere and we're gonna let it drip because we don't listen to the man.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, that's
All
what
the
they do.
while, this motherfucker's basically laughing at his son-in-law's pet project.
How do
NXT
you
as he
do,
slaughters it
fellow
left-
kids?
All right, before
How do you do, fellow wrestling entertainment folks? Ha 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 ha.
So
Ah, my
folks,
quads.
so folks, what do you think of the WWE NXT revamp? Are you excited about it or not? Let us know in the comments. I want to get you guys' thoughts. Angel, you first.
I ate
Yeah,
20
quick, so I
pounds
can
of
get to the
pixie
chat.
sticks of different colors, and then I took a huge dump over the screen. It looks good, though.
One, what are your thoughts about everything regarding the revamp of NXT?
I really hope that they're just changing up the color palette because, by God, if they really go for this whole thing of we're going to go with cookie cutter guys, make it look like American fucking Gladiator looking motherfuckers instead of professional
Hey,
wrestlers.
At least American Gladiator has some fun doing what they're doing. This feels fucking industrialized.
Yeah, no, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to, like you said, cookie cutter mold
Just
with professional
stamp,
wrestling.
print,
Oh, one
stamp,
more piece
print.
of information. With the revamp
quick.
coming along, you can expect that there will be more firings, more cuts from
Oh
NXT.
yeah. How many wrestlers who no longer fit the mold will be? Well, there's gonna be a lot of Twitch channels.
A
opening
lot
very
of
soon.
veteran names of NXT are right now being discussed.
Yep.
Hey,
And
man, if
we want
Snoop Dogg can be a successful streamer.
we want to hear what you folks think. Let us know in the comments below.
I'll
If
still-
you're live on the chat, go ahead and tell us what you think. I know that not everyone's into pro wrestling, but this is one of the big news that we wanted to cover since it was announced, and this is A's show, so I can't say no.
Yeah, I will still talk about NXT on my Thursday program of Wrestle Rewind. However, if it gets to the point where it becomes cringy and unbearing to watch, well, There's a reason why there's more wrestling shows available.
All right,
That's
now
all I'm gonna say. Let's go ahead and move on from
Chase the train,
drizzling
baby.
shits.
let me get over here. Quit saying grizzling shits. You don't know how to use that right. On the chat, Steph the Alter Nerd was going LOL with us. She said, "I've just retweeted your tweet for this live show with a simple message. Hashtag Simp for Angel."
Oh, goodness.
And
I'm
Lady
not sure if I'm
Baron
ready for
was
this
on the
level
chat
of
here
affection.
tonight. Thank you for joining us tonight, Lady Baron. We appreciate it.
Much appreciated.
Jose, I didn't know you had the skateboard I gave you.
Oh yeah, that was a gift from Lady Baron a long time ago.
As you can see, not only has he taken good care of it, he's turned it into a monument to all the cool people he's met in his life.
And I do thank you for it. And I love it.
He may or may have not tried to skate on it. He may or may have not eaten shit when he tried. We'll never know.
We may never know, and we're not gonna say either
He
way.
totally fucking did, didn't he?
I have no comment on the matter.
What?
Is that a glint of concern in your eyes, I see?
No, they must not see my eyes of concern.
It's like Johnny Bravo. He can't be seen without his glasses.
Thank you. Yeah, at least you get it.
Yes, I do.
No, God forbid we have any.
Do a monkey with me.
Johnny Bravo is one of the best freaking animated cartoons.
Remember when we were supposed to have a movie of that with The Rock? I won't lie, I kind of
Seriously?
wish I could have seen it. The original project had The Rock, Dwayne Johnson as Johnny. And I won't lie, I kind of wish I had seen it.
Rock
But
the Dwayne Johnson. That'd be
Unfortunately,
so
that's
badass.
past. So we need to find somebody white skin, blonde, and buff as fuck. So
John Cena.
Chris Evans exists.
Chris Evans does exist.
He's
but
young
is
enough. He looks
Is
young
he willing
enough.
to wear the pompadour?
He fucking better.
Okay, but there's one thing we cannot let them do.
What's that?
Give them to Netflix.
No, God, no, God,
please.
no, no,
Okay.
no, please,
We're getting
God,
into,
no,
We're getting into my neck of the woods.
no, no.
No. No, we're getting into my neck of the woods here when it comes to this shit. Basically, yeah, we're getting into the movie segment over here tonight, folks. And
Have you heard more curse words this year than live action Netflix adaptation?
oh my God, you know what? We called that shit forever ago.
I wish we didn't. I wish we were wrong.
Those of you who would listen into our podcast, The Black Files, one of the first anime adaptations that was sent to Netflix was Death Note. Death Note
And we saw how well that went.
You know what's fucking crazy?
Yeah.
The craziest thing to come out of that is the fact that the director of Death Note Flicks, which was one of the weirdest and cringiest freaking live action
That
adaptations,
movie literally has one good thing going for
One
it.
good thing
and
go-
that's Willem
Willem
Dafoe.
Dafoe.
That's it.
the director of it
Yeah.
came back to the land of the living and he gave us Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
You forgot, didn't you?
Redemption, Angel.
I mean, that's a hell of a glow, but you know what? I guess directors, just like actors, just work better with certain roles. It's like, listen, man, I know you couldn't do this. You know what? I think that's what it is because Death Note is it's a show
Very
about thinking and
psychological crime thriller,
outsmarting.
yeah.
But on the other hand, Big Lizard versus Big Monkey go brrrr.
And humans are along for the ride.
It
You know
worked.
what? That works, and it worked well, and it was fun.
Wow.
It was stupid fun.
I actually forgive this person for that horrible fucking film.
There you go,
like,
man. There you
like
go.
wow, I take back almost all the bad things I ever said about him.
I
But
mean,
it's okay, guys. Not everything on Netflix is produced horribly.
only,
Um,
only most of it.
see, here's what's up. You know what? I'm gonna show them your eyes now.
No.
Ha! No, that's what you get for giving me a gooky face.
No,
What do you think
see,
you are, Matt
in,
Jackson?
In the live action adaptation of Netflix, Joe doesn't wear glasses.
Oh God.
Exactly. No, Joe had his eyes plucked out by a raven, and thus Jose must have his eyes stitched closed, and they're sunken in, so they're darkened, and they look like he has sunglasses.
Also-
on.
My sight was taken away, but it was to purge my weakness because now I can see the truth.
What I lost
it,
in
my eyes
perspective, I gain. What I lost in perception, I gain in perspective. I don't see skin color because to me you are all black. What? I mean, I'm blind, stupid.
Oh crap!
For real though,
Oh,
Netflix is already making waves of danger after their recent announcement of the Cowboy Bebop adaptation got some fucking heat.
Now, this is the crazy thing. Originally, when they announced the adaptation of Cowboy Bebop
Oh god,
as a Netflix one-shot film,
it
It's
seemed
a
like
one-time- it seemed like a good idea. The
I'm like,
cast
yeah,
was promising
sure.
and
It's
shit.
grounded.
John
There's
Cho
no way you can
as
fuck this
Spike
up.
Spiegel. They had Yoko Kanno is coming back to do the music, so we're getting the original music.
Hey, there we go.
And, like the cast looked really damn good.
And then they removed it.
Yeah.
No, and then
No, I mean it. Ed doesn't exist in this one.
what?
Ed.
There is no
she's
Ed.
gone.
What? No.
Yeah, she's
Yep.
gone.
But she's the plucky weird little
No.
teen kid
Ed,
with the.
no, shut up. Doesn't exist.
But
Oh, and by the
But-
way, we're gonna turn Jet Black
What?
into an actual black guy.
um.
No,
Wait,
here's
he
the best
wasn't?
part. No, he wasn't. And here's the best part,
Kinda.
though. What's the nickname of Jet Black in the series?
Oh no.
What's his nickname?
Oh.
What is his nickname?
Say it. Say it.
The Black Dog.
Oh,
We're gonna take the black dude and put him in the role of Jet Black, and he's gonna be called the Black. Dang!
Oh no.
Okay,
Forget,
first off,
forget hitting it.
Forget the stupid crap going on with Faye Valentine's outfit.
that's
and
another layer of
and
retarded
and-
right there. No,
and her
let's
opinion
look
going
at
on.
this.
Like, okay, but this was like,
Now,
no.
let's get one thing straight.
People are going to shit a chicken on this one. No.
Let's get one thing straight. Nothing against the actor. I'm pretty sure he would do a perfect job as the gruff, angry, but still reasonable Jet Black. But my dude, they casted
Oh,
you in the
no.
worst possible position
No,
right
it's just
then
a
and
really
there.
horrible timing for it. Fuck, man.
You know what the
Yeah.
saddest thing is, though? The
What?
dog is the most accurate thing that we see there. In the original draft, he was not going to even be the same species of dog.
Bullshit. Give me the doggy.
Yeah, no. So right now, the dog is the only character who is accurate to what he looks like in the fucking...
Oh my goodness.
No, it got worse though. The director of Cowboy Bebop himself, the original show, went, yeah, I send in the suggestions, but I don't think they're listening to me.
Yeah.
I can only pray that this will come out right. He literally said those words.
Now, I get.
God.
I mean, one can make the argument that when it comes to transitioning something from an anime or a video game over to a Netflix series, they have to make certain changes to make it comprehensible for the casual viewers who don't follow Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, but also, it's Cowboy Bebop. It's one of the most grounded sci-fi series out there.
It's literally bounty hunter bums living in space, trying to make a living, getting past their own shit in
Dude,
order to try to move
if
forward
you
in their
remove
lives.
if you remove the spaceships, this would be a westerner.
Exactly. It's a
Like
space western.
replace every
See you,
space
space
ship-
cowboy.
Replace-
That's the fucking tagline.
Replace every single ship with a horse. There.
Yeah, I agree
Dude,
with you.
It's
So,
like Firefly.
is
no,
she-
Firefly.
it's Firefly.
Was Cowboy Bebop at the same time.
So if
Take my heart, take my land, take me where I cannot
Oh, boy.
stand.
but yeah,
I don't care, I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me.
apparently you can take the accuracy though. Hey, guess what? Imagine if fucking Firefly got adapted for Netflix now.
No.
So,
No.
yeah, that's what
Okay,
it feels like.
Whatever you want to say about Joss Whedon, Firefly was a fucking beautiful masterpiece.
Yes, it
I don't give a
was.
fuck.
Yes,
And
that being,
so was Cowboy Bebop, but unfortunately, the people at Netflix don't seem to care very much about what the hell they're doing, do they?
bro, come on. It's-
Apparently, so much. Sorry, you go on. You go
No,
on.
no, I was gonna say like. No, you're absolutely right. Netflix doesn't care, and it looks like the train is not stopping.
The not care train is going at full speed because
Which is
guess
why-
what, boys?
Which is why it was recently announced that they're also adapting one of the continuing to this day longest running anime series, One Piece, into a live action Netflix series as well.
One Piece.
One Piece.
One Piece.
One Piece.
One Piece.
One Piece.
The manga whose character designs were taking inspiration from Looney Tunes, so almost no one looks like
Looney
a normal
Tunes
person.
meets Popeye the Sailor meets. Yeah, no, okay. It's literally just.
One fucking piece.
Yes.
Okay, if you're not an anime aficionado, I suggest you do either one of three things. Number one, go watch you some anime. There's torrents out there. You can find it. Number two, check out our friend Adontron on his channel Nerd Tots, because they discuss anime like a motherfucker.
Yes.
And number three, check us out more often, because we talk anime all the fucking time.
Speaking
That's
of
what we
which,
Angel,
One Piece
try to
is-
dumb it down for the common plebeian person.
One Piece is a story of adventure. A long time ago, a great pirate known as Gold D. Roger amassed a massive fortune and a legendary treasure known as the One Piece. Before being executed at the gallows by the world government, he said, "Everything I own, I left in there. Go get it if you can." His words sparked a new age of piracy, and now many heroes, villains, and pirates set out to the Grand Line in order to find this treasure that makes their dreams come true. Yo! Yeah, yo! No. That aside. That
Fucking
aside.
you-
That
okay,
aside.
now-
One Piece
okay,
is a
okay.
story of adventure. It's a romance of adventure
It's
and about
exciting.
seeking your dreams.
It's exciting. It's funny. It's clearly over the top. It's
It's
not meant to
long
be
as hell.
grounded.
It's 1,013 chapters.
It's
as
not
of
meant
now.
to be taken seriously. The main character, Monkey D. Luffy, his ass is a rubber pirate. He ate what was it?
The gum fruit.
He
It's
ate the
literally
gum
called
fruit.
gum.
And his body became living rubber. If you see how this motherfucker walks around and moves, he would be pulled straight out of an Ed Fleischer fucking Looney
Yes.
Tunes cartoon.
Now, that
Bugs
isn't to
Bunny and him would be the best pirates of all time. And Bugs Bunny don't give a fuck.
No.
He would
Yeah,
have found
he'll do
One
it.
Piece in 4 cartoons. It would be a 4-parter epic.
The
But
funny
that's
thing
because
is,
he's Bugs
it is-
Bunny.
It is implied that it is a massive joke because recently it was revealed that One Piece we finally have a location. It's hidden in an island called Laugh-Tale. The reason for that is because when Roger had the treasure go, where should I hide this thing? And his friend Odin from not Japan told him,
Gotcha.
bro, you should hide it here because... And whatever he told him was so hilarious that Roger just threw his head back and laughed as loud as he could. We don't know what it is. All we know is the island exists and the One Piece is there.
And of course, above all else, One Piece was fun.
It's fun.
fun to watch and fun to read, and fun is allowed on the Ravens flock and anywhere.
Now, listen, we here on Netflix understand that fun may be allowed, but fun doesn't bring a profit, so we're going to do something different. We're just going to make a few changes, just a slight touches to modernize this for the current audience. Anyway, look at Sanji. He doesn't sound anything like Sanji.
Oh
No,
my God.
seriously, I read the description of the characters. You know who Sanji is. You know what his deal is, right?
Yeah.
The word cook doesn't show up a single time in that entire description.
What?
Get out.
What? That's one of the first things you think
His
about
entire
with
deal
Sanji.
is that he wants to find the great blue so he can cook every type of fish and create the greatest dishes the world has ever seen.
All right.
Also, he wants to get laid, but that's life.
All right, Juan, what information have you collected about
Okay,
this?
apparently, according to an article by IGN, Netflix has revealed the first episode title for their live-action adaptation of One Piece. According to an article put out yesterday by Wesley LeBlanc. I don't know who you are. You seem all right. Shoot me a line or whatever. Netflix has revealed the title for the first episode of its live-action One Piece series, and longtime fans of the anime and manga may likely recognize it. That's because the episode title, Romance Dawn,
Oh, you
seems to be
fuckers.
hinting at the origin of One Piece.
That is the name of the prequel manga that Oda made about how the whole story started. It's called Romance Dawn.
Ha! Motherfuck.
Please remember that the word romance is not being used in the context of romantic love. It refers to the idealized idea of an adventure that men seek.
The romantic adventure, the
Yeah.
like, swashbuckling,
the
Errol
slashing,
Flynn,
swashbuckling, searching treasure, fighting evil, discovering new lands.
making friends and being merry and fellowship and shit,
Yes.
all
Le-
while living by your own code and not giving in to authority.
Less Pirates of the Caribbean, more Black Corsair kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, like, which is fine. Look, actually, you know what? Pirates of the Caribbean had a little bit of the romanticism in the
Honestly, yeah.
but
in
they
fact,
had more supernatural shit.
Wasn't the
and
third
tentacles.
movie about the fact that the romance was ending?
Yes, the
Yeah.
whole thing. Like, what was Barbossa's fucking thing?
It was
In this-
like-
what do you call it? Like the Mastery of the Sea came not by bargains struck with eldritch creatures, but by the strength of a man's back and the by the
sweat of a man's brow and the strength of a
his
man's
back. You all know this to be true.
Feels the world's changed, ain't it? World ain't changed, man. There's
Yeah.
just less in it.
Yeah, like
so
the world's you're right. He was like, world's still the same. There's just less in it. Like
As
that's
they're
depressing.
looking at the
Barbossa
dead body
and
of the
Jack-
Kraken.
Yeah, the Barbossa and Captain Jack Sparrow. Sorry, I almost disrespected him.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow. They were having a moment.
Yeah.
Like you
Yes.
gotta remember the lore that they have in Pirates of the Caribbean. They were bros.
They literally killed each other in the first movie more than once.
They were
Yes.
bros like a motherfucker before they decided to turn on each other.
Back in
And
the day.
So like you know that they liked each other. Even in the fourth movie that they had fucking
They had some camaraderie
they had-
going on when they
were
drank
tied-
rum.
Yeah, they were tied up to a chair and they pulled out the swig of rum from Barbossa's peg leg.
Yeah.
And they were sharing a drink. We're like, dude, what the hell happened, man? Like, no, you don't understand. Fucking Blackbeard, he fucked me up. He fucked up the Black Pearl. He killed all my men, and I ain't letting that happen. All right, I'm the master.
I'm
of my
here
own-
for revenge.
You're like, I'm the master of my fate, not Blackbeard. I decide when I die, not Blackbeard. So I did what I had to do. It takes one swig out and say, I survived.
So yes.
Click. Like they're clearly buds. They just had a moment like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
I'm a better pirate than you.
No,
Well,
fuck you. No.
Yeah, well, my horoscope is bigger.
Exactly.
So, have there been any more details of this Netflix original One Piece? Like, has the
Yes,
cast
and
been revealed?
they're all shit. You best believe in shitty adaptations now. You're in one.
You're in one.
Has a cast been revealed yet?
Not yet, but for what they're telling us of the characters barely sound like the description of Sanji kills me because I'm like, who is this person? Like they cover half a paragraph saying how Sanji sees no race, and I'm like, but Sanji
Has nothing to do with anything.
Sanji never saw race. There's no need to point this out. That's like saying this person brushes their teeth in the morning. It's just common sense.
You know what you do? It's like, okay, this is a bit of a dated reference, but take this for what it's worth. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now here's what's
I
up.
love that movie.
Now he takes on Robin Hood takes on fucking Morgan Freeman's character.
I forgot that was Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, no, that's Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
Morgan Freemaning. And like, you know what? For him, like it's not like, oh, I take pity on this savage man or whatever. Like, no, like this guy is my bro. He's an equal to me, and y'all better understand that he's my man, and you need to treat
This
him
here
with
is the
respect.
forest of Sherwood, and all the men who gaze upon my eyes are my Negroes.
They
This
are my
Negro,
brothers.
he's mine.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Sir, with respect, I ain't nobody's. I'm my own man.
Ah.
I mean that in fellowship.
I'm
Jeez,
in
get
fellowship. Okay, fine.
Okay, that's cool.
I am my own Negro, sir.
No, and like fucking at the end, at the end of it, whatever. When
Yeah,
he
yeah.
Gets his in their the wedding or whatever of him, like fucking Morgan Freeman. He's in like royal fucking robes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, by the way,
Dude's
the
dressed to
guy
the
was
nines.
royalty in he was royalty in like the
In his
Ethiopia or
homeland.
whatever. Exactly. So like if he's gonna be in a wedding, he's gonna
Oh
fucking
shit!
go
He's the
dress
only
as nice.
original case of a genuine African prince.
Yeah. No,
So-
you're,
but
you're
I
not
digress.
getting.
The
You're not
point,
getting.
the point is
but,
that
like,
the character is being properly treated with the respect that he kind of deserves,
And
without
Robin-
making a big deal out of it.
And Robin was looking at him like, you fucking like, okay, you're my man. If like he doesn't care what color the guy is, he just cares like, okay, you're a good man. You say you're gonna stick by me. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and liberate, England from Prince John and the Sheriff of
Sounds
Nottingham.
good, as long as you don't fight them in basketball, because you people can't jump.
No, that's fucking. What do you call it? That's
I know.
That's Mel Brooks.
I know.
Thank you.
Also
for
known
Men in
as
Tights.
the better Robin Hood movie.
Because unlike some Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent.
I miss Mel
Thank
Brooks.
you.
So, folks, what do you think about the Netflix series of One Piece that's coming soon? Let us know in the comments. Angel, what are your final thoughts on this?
This is going to be a spectacular failure in every way, shape, and form. There's no... Dude, the only Netflix good adaptation we had was the Bleach one, and that's because it was made in Japan with half of the cast of Kamen Rider Force.
And with some of the voice actors from the
They
English
got
manga.
all the voice actors from the
No,
English
no,
stuff.
No. They didn't get the one for Rukia.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, whoever they got did a fantastic job, though, because he convinced you.
Yeah.
Point in
Is it
case
weird
is...
that they didn't actually give the actress of Rukia like at least a wig with the bob cut? They had her hair ponytailed and longer. Like, I'm sorry, that's just me because I always
At
see
least she had the little cowlick
She had
thing
the
going
cowlicky
on,
thing,
so
true.
that was
Yeah.
working. No, like I said, you know what? That was one of those things I can forgive. Hairstyle change, I can forgive. Whatever the fuck this is, I cannot.
Yeah, no.
Also, guys, fucking One Piece is too long. One Piece has hundreds upon hundreds, possibly thousands of episodes as of now. One Piece, honestly, the funny thing is, if you read the manga, it'll take you like a week to catch up. Not that
Angel,
long.
Yeah.
But
Angel,
it's
don't.
it's too long.
I know it's too long. Netflix will try to find a way to cut it down. It's not going to be a solution we like, but they're going to find a way.
That's not cutting it down. That's trimming the pieces. Like, this is the... Okay, Juan, listen.
Yes.
You told me once upon a time you wanted to lose weight.
Yes.
Give me the hatchet. I'm going to cut off your arms and legs.
No.
I'm going to make your ass compact.
No, please.
No, that's what's happening right
The
now.
only
But
motivation
that's not how I want to lose weight.
Too bad.
Before I give Juan his final thoughts, the only motivation I would have to watch this is just to laugh at how horrible it possibly can be. Because, like Angel said, the only good Netflix anime adaptation so far was Bleach. And I'm going to say and disagree, and he'll disagree with me, to a degree, Death Note, but only because Willem Dafoe was awesome as Ryuk.
That's like 1% of the movie,
That's
though.
pronounced Ryuk.
Regard-
And before you get any funny ideas, there are only 4 letters in my name.
The farther anyone got it
Forgotten was two.
That was genuinely the best part of the movie.
That
was
was
just-
scary. Like
that
you
was
got to
great.
remember, Ryuk is a fucking demon. He don't give a
He's
shit.
actively antagonistic in this one, and
I love
honestly,
it.
his design was—you can tell the budget went into his design because he
Oh,
looked
yeah.
fantastic.
Yes.
God
But
knows.
that
Light
aside,
Turner.
One
the fact is, we have seen nothing but failure after failure for very simple shit that you should not have trouble fixing, but
Think-
no, sorry, trouble adapting.
No, I
But
was about to say this shit, man.
so
Yeah,
here we go.
okay.
Let's
They've got-
let Juan say
Okay,
it. Juan, your
I
thoughts.
was gonna say this shit. Like, okay, just because they got The Witcher right doesn't mean
Yeah.
they've got the golden formula.
Also,
These-
The Witcher was Disney Plus.
No, it's not.
Really?
No,
The
Witcher
Witcher
is
was Netflix?
Witcher is Netflix. Witcher is Henry Cavill, and like it on Netflix.
It's
Oh.
Netflix, dude.
Now, mind you, even then, I heard a lot of complaint that the Netflix adaptation doesn't follow the actual canon of The Witcher. But I like to think, for a newcomer like myself,
The
it worked.
adaptation is
It did the
still
part.
good enough.
So,
it still
yeah.
hits the notes on it. Now, that's sort of like our thing with the 2017 Ghost in the Shell movie. It may not be 100% accurate to the manga or
Felt
any
pretty
of the
close.
anime, but it's very close. It has a lot of the elements for the story on it. The only thing that I would really like to see if they ever did a second Ghost in the Shell live action movie is some Tachikomas.
That'd be nice.
The little blue robot mini tanks.
we got the budget to make big tanks. We can make small tanks.
For real.
Yes.
I mean, if we can have an anthropomorphic dumb shark, we can have talking mini tanks with little chibi girl name voices. And
Yeah.
if we could do that, we can have talking mini
Shouldn't be
tanks.
too difficult.
Well-
As far as
Go on.
I mean, I haven't finished. Come on. And as far as One Piece goes, the only thing that they can hope to do is butcher out an ending for themselves and completely lose the plot.
the best
if
thing
they
could
want to
do is
try to
adapt
make it
an arc,
sustainable.
maybe. Like, I guess if they could adapt one of the shorter, earlier arcs, they might. But everything they show me here, what little they show me, it gives me absolutely no faith. I've been burned too many times, bro.
Like real quick, let me go ahead and let y'all know. Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments your thoughts. We want to hear from you about these live action Netflix adaptations. Real quick on the chat, Lady Baron heard the OG creator of the manga is behind the One Piece project. Really? We'll have to double check that. Also, it says, God, it's awful. Refuse to watch Netflix version of Death Note. Japanese version is better. Think Netflix will do a lot of live action versions of Shonen Jump titles in the future. Live action Bleach is beautiful.
How
My
about
favorite
this?
actor played Ichigo. Yay.
Yeah, no, he's a cool. Now, see, Ichiro Oda being behind the project gives me a little faith, but at the same time, being behind the project can be anything from I am supervising this directly to I'm making some notes on the script. You guys go take care of that. I'm busy working on the actual original manga. You know, it doesn't fill me with as much confidence. As of now, we had Ghost in the Shell, Detective Pikachu, Sonic the Hedgehog, Alita Battle Angel, and what else? There was 5. I know there was 5. What was the other one?
Do we count? No. I was going to say no, not Speed Racer, right? No.
Speed Racer.
Okay, yeah.
That is 5 good cinematic adaptations of anime. Only 5. And recently, they ran a poll in Japan going, hey, what anime would you like Hollywood to adapt next? And guess what the top result was?
What?
Nothing.
Ha.
They literally said nothing. Please, don't touch our shit. And I don't blame them. Some mediums don't translate very well from 2D to 3D. Some of them do, some don't. And anime, it feels like that kind of super stylized thing that unless you go for something that is heavily grounded, it won't work. You know something that could work, ironically enough, as an adaptation? If you put enough budget, Space Dandy.
That could work.
Every episode is so loosely connected, you could just make a movie about just him chasing a specific bounty and just go from there.
But on the flip side, if this shit fails, and
Which
I
it will.
guarantee you it will fail,
It's a 99%
there's
chance.
going to be consequences. That people are going to fucking walk out on the
This
production.
is the second time One Piece has been introduced to the States in a horrible way.
Yes.
The first time was the Butcher 4 Kids, which completely fucked it up. And then now is this. Like, imagine how many people are going to learn about One Piece through this crap.
Oh boy, yeah, I know.
Oh, this is going to be great. This
But
is
let's
gonna be
go ahead
fucking
and
great.
shift gears for a second here. Wancho, go.
Yes, please. I just need to get one piece of news out of here. It's an update. One piece of news. It's an update on the situation with Scarlett Johansson and her lawsuit against Disney.
Oh, yeah.
For the Black Widow release. Basically, those of you who know about this stuff, basically, there's an argument going on that the solo live action, the solo movie of Black Widow was originally negotiated between the people with Scarlett Johansson and Marvel Studios to have a more extended cinematic release in theaters before going into streaming service. However, Disney, the parent company of Marvel Studios, had jumped the gun, jumped ahead, and basically did simultaneous release, which cut Scarlett Johansson out of a significant portion of her back-end paycheck for it. She was basically supposed to be paid based on the theater revenue on it.
So that means that every single ticket missed in theater revenue put in an online service that people watched at home was money that wasn't going into her pockets.
Now, you're going to love this. This is fucking crazy. There's a fucking report in the Wall Street Journal.
Damn.
Which apparently shows how this shit has got more consequences than people were expecting.
I mean, yeah, the company as big as Disney can basically go, fuck you, we're not paying you.
Well,
what does that mean?
Hold your thought. Let's let Juan get this out.
Basically, what's going on is that the legal, in a report on the Wall Street Journal about the fallout of Scarlett Johansson's legal filing, they're claiming that this uncertainty has basically staved off any participation from the Russo brothers, Joe and Anthony Russo, who directed Captain America the Winter Soldier,
Oh, shit.
Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame.
So wait, they're saying that until this doesn't get solved, they're not going to work anymore?
No, they basically said not that they're not going to, just that they're hesitant and that they're at an impasse.
I mean, can you blame them? You're literally telling them, hey, the people that you work with, your bosses, they can basically take your co-workers and tell them to fuck off. Like that is the shit that ruins projects.
Yeah, no, it's
that is the shit that leaves movies on the cutting room floor. I mean, on one hand, it's Disney. There's money in Disney. But why would you want to work for a company that is guaranteed to fuck you over the second the profit doesn't go the way they want to?
Now, for the record, there was no actual like big term like contract deal between the Russo brothers and Disney and Marvel again. But the fact that they're basically saying like, I don't think I'm gonna work with Marvel or Disney anymore because y'all motherfuckers need to get your house in order.
The mouse has become a symbol of troubles.
What the fuck you mean we need our house in order? Bitch, you're the ones with mortgages.
I love that one cut they did on the fucking South Park. South Park? What the hell? Do I own that? No, not yet, sir.
Oh my god.
Give me South Park now, god fucking damn it!
Like, dude, seriously, you are Disney. Disney, how are you going to skedaddle your actresses out of money when you know for a fact that the very reputation that you have hinges on how much money you make?
Now, it might seem like a pain in the dick. It might seem stupid for us plebeian fucking YouTuber dudes who aren't monetized, who get away with fucking playing like copyright music on our programs because they can't copyright.
We'll miss these days if we ever make it big.
Or suspend us for it because that. But of course, we're working towards that. Please
what
help.
What are you gonna do to the homeless man? House arrest him?
But like for us to be defending an actress who's a multimillionaire and her fight against a giant multi-billion-dollar conglomeration.
Well, it's not like she's a bad person.
Like for one, she's not like a horrible fucking piece of shit.
She's not an
We're not
asshole.
talking about Jake Paul here. We're talking about Scarlett Johansson, a lady who, for all intents and purposes, to this day, I have not heard a single peep out of anything negative.
The only crime she's guilty of is not backing that ass up because that shit's too strong. I digress.
Okay, no. She was a major actress, a headline actress in a movie with Joaquin Phoenix called Her. Do you know what the movie's about?
Yes, I remember that movie.
Okay,
it was about the man that fell in love with a waifu.
A lonely dude falls in love with a unique OS on his phone, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. She just does the voice. She's just an OS for his phone. And by God,
It is awesome.
Like, okay, I'm sorry.
It's ASMR, Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, K-Storm, if you're listening or if you're watching, I'm so sorry.
Next episode of Ren Slug, we work on divorce.
But if I have a waifu on my phone for Laifu, and she actually talks normally like an actual person and stuff, it's not just like predictive text like Siri or whatever. She's got Scarlett Johansson's voice. I'm not gonna.
So Juan has already failed No Simp-tember.
Fuck that. All Simp September.
Regardless.
No, Super Simp September.
Bro, that is...
Hashtag Simp for Steph. Hashtag Simp for Angel.
All right. We're here to buckle the trends.
Hashtag Simp for Scarlett.
Now,
the fact of the matter is
she's
an artist trying to work her craft. The Russo brothers are also artists. They're writers. They're directors. They're working their craft. They're seeing this fucking company at Disney fucking basically cutting people's nuts off and telling you to, oh, your own dick did that to you. It's your own fucking
Listen,
fault.
I understand
No,
if the
fuck you.
movie itself had a bad reception because it was a bad movie. I understand that shit happens. But in this case, they had a deal. They had a contract. The point is, you keep the movie for a certain amount of time in the theaters, and you pay me for that. And then once you put it on the streaming services, I get paid less. That's how it's supposed to work. They reneged on. They went back. They fucked up.
They
They
did.
literally just went, screw it.
Yep.
And
They
now,
honestly thought you wasn't gonna notice that there weren't enough zeros on her paycheck, or
No. I don't give a fuck how rich he might be. I'm a working stiff. Angel's a working stiff. Jose is a working
pay
stiff.
people their due, man.
We work regular straight jobs when we're not doing this, and we have to look at our paychecks every single week, and we have to see our money fly out the fucking window. So you better believe Scarlett Johansson, who's got agents, who has publicists, who has people who work for her, who has family and friends that she supports, that who work with her. Like some folks who are like big Hollywood actors keep their stunt doubles and their other people who like work with them on their own payroll so that they can actually live a fucking life of their own. And you better believe if those paychecks are not coming in with enough zeros, people notice. I don't
somebody's
care.
gonna be asking some questions.
Exactly. Because she's got to fucking pay her bills just like everybody else. So you better fucking believe. It's like we fucking simp for Scarlett, just like Steph simps for you, just like we simp for Steph, and everyone simp for the Ravens flock, because you better believe we have standards, and we believe that if you do your work, you get paid for the work you do.
And as far as everything else that's happening after the fact with the Russo brothers backing away from Disney and all sorts of production, this is the result. This is the aftermath of the legal battle between Scarlett Johansson and Marvel Studios.
Man, looks like Disney's going the way of the EA. Once upon a time, the symbol of the mouse used to mean something good. Now it only means that everything you know and love is being absorbed into a giant monolithic conglomerate.
But as the old saying goes, play stupid games,
Win stupid prizes.
Yes, indeed.
We want to hear from you folks on the chat or in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on this situation with Scarlett Johansson and her lawsuit and her update. And like I said earlier, if you haven't been, if you've been going on our live stream this long and you haven't subscribed yet, what the heck's your problem? What's wrong with you? Check us out every single week. We're the Ravens flock. Subscribe to us. Hit the notification bell. You see the little lower chyron that we got slowly running down the lower third of our screen.
Yes.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell for the Ravens flock on YouTube. Follow all the Ravens flock on Linktree / the Ravens flock. Follow us. We're not just on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on
We are
Instagram.
everywhere on
You
the
can't-
internet.
Well, on the
can't
internet,
ignore
technically,
us.
we have personal. We don't have social media presence, but we are still here.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed.
Like that one fucking weed you can't take off your garden, no matter how hard you try.
Real quick on the chat, I want to point out Lady Baron, my favorite actor plays. Okay, so also we have Yu Yu Hakusho and My Hero live actions coming in the future.
Honestly, I'm not feeling too bad for those because those are being made by the Japanese cast.
Yeah, I would say that's better.
So if nothing, and mind you, that isn't to say Japan doesn't fuck up. Their Full Metal Alchemist adaptation is mild at best. It was
what the hell happened with that again?
It was going okay until the 50% point, and then suddenly they started cramming all of the information inside.
Womp,
So the
womp,
story fell
womp.
apart.
And Steph the Alter Nerd saying, yes, hashtag Simp for Angel. You see? You've got admirers, Angel.
I bet you say that to all the random immigrants that come to your place with a fancy Spanish voice.
Ah,
But I digress. The Yu Yu Hakusho and Hero Academia adaptations looks like at least it's going to have some manner of quality because it's being done by the Japanese cast. So they at least seem to give slightly more of a shit than usual. But everything else that is being made here, I don't know. Okay, somebody explain this to me.
oh,
Why do they have this ravenous hatred for the very product they're supposed to be adapting?
I don't think it's hatred. I think it's just blatant misunderstanding and blatant dissonance in
It should
terms of
not be
culture.
difficult. The material is right there. Why do they keep thinking that they can do fucking better?
No,
It's
you know what
right
you do?
there.
You know what you do? Take a lesson from Haim Saban or Hayam Saban.
Like Power Rangers.
Yes, like okay, he took the adaptation. He basically said like, okay, I fucking what do you call it? I've got the stock footage from these older and like Super Sentai shows. I'm just gonna edit around that, and I'm gonna use American folks who will work for less than pay grade or whatever. But at least we're gonna make it
Also, all these
original.
25-year-olds are going to high school now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
no, there was this
Fucking Tommy Oliver is literally, I am 14 years old.
No, worse. No, Billy. No, David Yost. There was this freaking thread that came up on Twitter earlier this week. Somebody put up as like saying, "You mean to tell me that this they showed this photo of David Yost, Billy the Blue Ranger, and in his like blue tank top." Buff as hell, just his glasses are saying, you mean to tell me that this Homelander looking motherfucker right here is a high schooler geeky nerd just because he wears glasses and says big words like evidently and technologically?
Yes.
You gotta be kidding me. No, you know what? Yes, he is. If nothing else, this just shows people how Billy Cranston, that's his full name, by the way, how Billy Cranston, the original Blue Ranger, is in fact, to this day, a sexy beast. I am straight as hell. I know that David Yost isn't, but I'm straight as hell. And even I could take a look at that guy from back then and even today, and I'd be like, yeah, that's a sexy man.
I miss the days when they won't give a fuck. Yes, we will make the black dude a Black Ranger. Fuck you, it looks cool.
No, you know why? It doesn't even matter with like the culture or anything like that. It's just like, okay, well, we want the Black Ranger to have a personality that's outside of the outfit.
He's
like,
a party boy.
Yeah, he like not
He
just
dances.
that, not just that, but he's more a dancer. He decided to like.
He's a graceful violence ballet.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got the right footing.
Exactly, and Zach, he would continuously try to get with this one chick on the show. I don't remember the other chick's name, but there was like a little subplot that was going on. He would try to show off from his moves to try to get her to go out with him, and there was always something that was going on. And then Rita's monsters attacks and
then he had to go, and then we replaced him by this Japanese half dude called Johnny or some shit.
Johnny Young Bosch.
I wonder what happened to him.
Yeah, no, something tells me that I don't know if
I think he just sort of disappeared.
he became a frog, and then he became a Ghostbuster.
And then he became a prince.
And then he became a devil hunter. He's going through a very strange career.
Yeah, no, that's a really weird career.
But going back to it.
No, we love Power Rangers, but like take the love of the story and take the love of the franchise. And you know how it's been moving up over the years, how they're getting closer and closer to the Japanese productions?
SPD is still my favorite. Too.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Because you got Deputy Dog as the fucking leader.
Yes.
But
Commander Kruger.
The way
Protect and serve, motherfucker.
The way you do Western adaptations is simple. Work with the Japanese adaptations. Work with the studio. Work in conjunction.
You have
Don't
the
try to
material.
scoop it out
Stop trying to cram your own story into it.
Trust the Japanese studios to understand the plot. Give them the resources that they need for the Western actors to come in and bring the shit in. Just fucking make it a mishmash and make it a beautiful international love child of American and Japanese movie making entertainment. And that's how you can fucking do a good Netflix adaptation. That's how you can do it. It can be done.
Yeah, but no, I gotta do my own thing though.
No, Juancho, sorry.
Every time I get one of these adaptations, I always get this feeling that the director just goes, "Yeah, I can do better."
No.
Sorry, Juancho, but until they prove us otherwise, they're going to continue with their status
My
quo.
expectations are at fucking negative.
Before we
value
turn
right
the
now.
mic over to Angel, let's go ahead.
Last look on the chat before Angel takes over. Steph the Alter Nerd, you are wrong, Angel, because I have standards and integrity, smiley face.
Impossible.
What?
She seems for me. That means that by default she has to be wrong.
Also,
And Lady Baron says that her favorite Power Rangers is Power Rangers RPM.
Oh, those are great.
that's
Those
cool.
are cool.
But now let's turn over.
Sorry, I love Zio.
Yes.
Zio's
But now
cool.
let's go ahead and turn over to Angel for our video game related news here.
Let's start with his favorite antithetical governmental philosophy, communism.
Let's talk about communism and all the ways that it's terribly wrong and bad for you. Remember, kids, communism is a lot like smoking. They might tell you it's good for you. They might tell you only adults do it. But in reality, it will kill you slowly from the inside out and leave you a wasted, drained husk of your former self. You dumb, stupid fucking morons. Now, let's talk about China for a second, because let's be honest.
That has totally nothing to do with
That
this.
clown-ass country cannot stop making me laugh at least once per month. By the way, we here in this vlog would like to say that Taiwan is a country.
Taiwan is a country. Free the Uyghurs, for fuck's sake.
I really miss my Uyghurs, man.
I miss my Uyghurs too.
No,
for real. Free the fucking Uyghurs. Look them up. I'm gonna fucking put it on the chat. The Ravens Flock says Taiwan is a country and free the Uyghurs. Fuck
No,
that.
Yes, now let's continue.
Before the government-sponsored Chinese assassins come to kill every single one of us, as you know, recently in culture, movies, cartoons, and video games, especially movies and video games, have been catering to China really, really heavily. You have seen it happen. Movies have been censoring aspects of themselves that China doesn't like. Remember what happened to fucking Poe?
You mean Finn?
Remember what happened to Finn?
Oh yeah, no, in the fucking Chinese
He got removed from the poster.
In the fucking Chinese releases of the Star Wars
I
sequel
can't believe
movies,
they did that to him.
Finn played by John Boyega, the best Boyega.
He got removed.
He got shrunk.
No, he was outright removed in some of them.
No, I heard that he was shrunk and put in the background.
No, he was shrunk at first, and then he was outright
You gotta
censored.
be fucking kidding me. That is
Fucking
bullshit.
hell.
So anyway, to basically cater to the needs of the Chinese government, because I don't know what the people think anymore in there. All right, the people in there don't think anymore. They're not allowed to. That is illegal. Censorship and alterations of certain aspects of culture, like movies or video games sent there, have been removed and changed. And well, certain video game companies have been bending over to work specifically for the Chinese model of gaming because gotta get that Chinese money.
You gotta get yourself that renminbi, folks.
But then, all of a sudden, China decided to rewind back to the year 2019 and do what they did before. China is trying to limit video game playing to 3 hours per week.
Not just specifically video games, but if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be fucking online gaming.
Yes, China has put in place a new policy that limits online video game playing for young people up to 3 hours a week. The new rule restricts online gaming for anybody under the age of 18, so it's like drinking, to 1 hour in the evening on Fridays, weekends, and public holidays. This restriction took effect on Wednesday. They were announced by China's National Press and Publication Administration, the NPPA. That agency is responsible for regulating video games. The new rule in place is responsibility for carrying out the policy of the gaming industry. The limit does not include punishment for individual gamers. China is, as of now, the world's largest video gaming market.
Holy fuck.
The Chinese government is worried for years about young people becoming addicted to it. Treatment centers have been set up in the country for people thought to have developed gaming disorders.
Oh
You
my
gotta be
goodness.
fucking kidding me.
So
like,
yes,
you gotta remember
it
this
appears
is
that in China, the gamer is the most oppressed minority.
fucking hell.
Fucking great.
It started as a joke in Batman Beyond.
Yeah, well, 1984 was a joke too. Here we go.
Well, we're not at 1984.
Look at China. I never said it was happening here, my dude.
Okay, no, you're not wrong about that. But like, this is the thing. They're going specifically with online gaming. They're specifically talking about going online and like handheld gaming, where you're talking to folks on like fucking Fortnite or stupid shit like that.
Or mobile garbage. By the way,
Mobile
many mobile games are made and distributed by
Tencent,
which is in
China.
Oh shit. Oh well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. I said
I'ma
in
do
Chinese.
some sketchy shit, doo-da, doo-da.
I said in
Gotta
Chinese.
get away with it.
Oh,
the
do not that.
Yan deng go sing deng da ya kong gen da yo. But in Chinese.
Oh my god.
But if it isn't the consequences of my own Chinese actions. But
my God.
Chinese state media reported that about 63% of the Chinese minors play online games often, and about 13% of the underage mobile game users are believed to play them for more than 2 hours a day on the weekdays. Of course they do. Those are rookie numbers. Chinese technology
those numbers
company Tencent Holdings took the first step to restrict online gaming for young people in 2017. It is limited playing time for some young users of the popular game Honor of Kings. The move came after concerns from parents and teachers that children were becoming addicted to the game.
Angel, you're gonna have to educate me on this because I know very little about Chinese printed fucking video games, but isn't Honor of Kings basically a mobile game version of Dynasty Warriors with a Chinese history propaganda twist on it?
His grin
and
says
Dynasty
yes.
Warriors is already a fucking lot of propaganda as it is.
But Dynasty Warriors is at least fun, and you know that it's fantastical and shit.
And also, I can play Dynasty Warriors for more than an hour without having to pay money for it.
Yeah, no, there was
Yeah.
another one. There was another video game that came out on the PS2 called Kessen. That one is much.
That
more,
one's really
that one's a
good.
little
I
more
love that.
history based.
Thank you for reminding me of Kessen. It's been a while.
But yeah, that one's a
good
little
game.
more history based, and that one's more Command and Conquer style Dynasty Warriors, where you're actually plotting out the battle plan.
Strategy, RPG strategy.
Exactly. And you're fighting it off against the computer, so you have to fucking micromanage the battle from a general's view and stuff. It looks really cool. I highly recommend it. But the point is, like, what the fuck? You mean to tell me this entire time fucking China has been siphoning fucking money from American publishers? We have Epic Games in bed with Tencent.
Yes, and I hope they
Swallowing
eat
all
all the shit
that
in the world.
renminbi gravy all the live long day, and now because China thinks that their kids are so brain-addled that they can't handle gaming online for more than 3 hours a week. They're cutting off everyone's nuts.
Didn't we have a panic like this in the States a few decades ago, and it was eventually brushed over as being completely stupid?
Yeah, no, there was
Yeah.
no what's his face. This
The
fucking stupid idiot.
Jack Thompson.
Fuck Jack Thompson.
No, actually,
Fuck
no.
that guy.
Jack was talking more about the problem of violence in video games, and even he retracted his bullshit after a while. This is more of, okay, you know what? This is also a sign that communism will turn every single parent into a Karen after a while. Because this is
I don't
literally
think so.
parents complaining about the fact that they are not being good enough parents for the kids.
I don't even think that has communism to do that, because you've got
Well, yeah, I know, but I
Karen
fucking hate
parents down
communism.
here in America, and we have a very non-communist society.
But that's why we have businesses that go, yeah, we're not going to listen to you.
You know what it
here,
is?
the businesses are literally going, yeah, we have to listen to you.
No, it's not the businesses are listening to the parents. The businesses are listening to the government.
And the government is basically
What?
doing something.
I can't hear you with the mic.
And the government is basically doing its own thing.
The
Yeah.
governments are the one who are basically deciding this shit. The parents have no fucking word. They like. Here's the thing. It's like and this is also something I think you can agree with me on, Angel.
Yes.
It's not what's going on in China in terms of government. It's not communism. Not really communism. Just like what we've got here.
It has the name of communism.
Just like what we've got here in the United States of America, it's not really capitalism. You know what the problem is?
business
It's business and authoritarianism with communist skin over it.
wrapped around.
Yeah.
Just like we've got a corporate oligarchy and rich people getting off with a capitalist skin over it.
Yeah.
It's just rich assholes in power, keeping themselves in power, but leaving a twist.
For the record, this is what all communism eventually tastes
And now we're banned in the United States. Nice
Oh,
fucking going.
shit.
Oh
Censor.
no!
No.
What
this
I
is
digress.
Not banned by Uncle Sam.
Well, Uncle
No.
Sam can sit back and relax because now we have something far worse than anything he could do. The first government restriction follows in 2019. Apparently, it limits the amount of money you can use to buy virtual items in gaming, between $28 to $57, depending on the age of the gamer. Now, many young Chinese gamers have criticized the new rules on social media because turns out you can only expose them to our shit for so long before they start getting our ideas.
Oh boy.
I showed Angel this one clip from fucking Doctor Who.
Yes.
What's her face? The character River Song. On the episode Let's Kill Hitler. I wonder where they are in that. She fucking walks out of the Reichstag office. She's met with a couple of SS dudes and like, explain yourself, woman. What are you doing out in here? And with a straight fucking face, Alex Kingston, this beautiful fucking woman. Well, I was on my way to a gay Jewish bar mitzvah party, a gay black bar mitzvah party for the disabled, and I thought to myself, wow, this Third Reich surely is rubbish. I think I'll go kill the Fuhrer. With a straight fucking face.
Cojones.
That's what ended up happening with
The
these kids.
cojones on this
The
person.
absolute mad lass. That's basically what started happening with teenagers and with younger adults in China. They're looking at their government and they're looking at the way that shit's being authoritarian and restrictive there, and they're like, huh, well, this
Kinda
sucks.
shit. So yes, we actually have
Are we the
quotes from them on
baddies?
this. One particular one questioned whether the officials understood the importance of gaming for the young Chinese. He said, "This group of grandfathers and uncles who make these rules and regulations, have you ever played games? Do you understand the best age for esports players is under teens?" Another one noted that the sexual consent age in China is 14.
No! What?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that! No!
And that young people can start working at the age of 16. But you have to be over 18 to play video games?
What the
You gotta be
fuck?
fucking kidding me!
Is this happening now?
This is
This is
fucking
happening
gross.
now.
Oh no.
No!
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I thought this was more fucking bad here.
Oh, did you think I wasn't gonna horrify you with this shit?
Fuck this shit. Okay, in Alabama, in the United States, the fucking age of consent down there is fucking 14 because they fucking idiot disgusting hicks.
And there's a reason no one likes Alabama.
In Texas, they recently passed a ban on abortion after 6 weeks.
Which means that now a bunch of women are going to travel out of state.
And
Like, this is literally all you accomplished.
Like, it's literally like, also they made it basic, they opened up basically a bounty hunting hotline to rat out women and doctors and people who get or help in abortions and pay them $10,000.
So
So we got that
congratulations.
shit.
Pregnant women are going to go out of state now. You succeeded at delaying their procedure for a few hours, maybe?
So now, but I thought that shit was heinous enough, and we've got that shit going on in America. So you mean to fucking tell me?
Yeah. It's China.
You mean to fucking tell me that in China,
Yeah.
Age of consent is 16.
14.
No, 14. Fucking 14. Oh, fuck. That's so...
Calm down. Take a deep
And the
breath.
age to work is 16.
The age of work is 16.
But you need to be over 18 to
18
play video games.
To play video games?
Yes.
No fucking way.
Dude,
Fuck
why
that
are you so
shit.
surprised? This country still has concentration camps.
I know.
Yeah.
Free the Uyghurs.
That country has concentration camps
Free the
and is
Uyghurs.
trying to devour another country to take their independence, and they funnel most of the electricity in gulags.
Oh my god.
China has always been fucked up.
Or just like it's just like that. I didn't honestly know about the age of
And now
consent.
you know.
That is so fucking
and knowing is
fucked.
half the battle. Now,
Okay.
I doubt that this is the kind of thing that they enforce, because something tells me that the majority of like working society in China looks at a 14-year-old and goes, "No, I don't want to fuck that."
I hope that.
At least
hope
I
that's
would
the
like to
case.
think that if we have this much in common as fellow human beings, is the fact that adults look at 14-year-old children and don't find them sexually attractive.
But on
because
the
if you
other-
do, you got problems.
But on the other hand, Angel, let's not discount that
But
as
on the other
a
hand,
possibility.
it's fucking China.
yeah.
Like you know what? Like
Who's to
I
say
thought
they
that-
won't in the future?
okay,
I
here's
won't
the
be
fucking
surprised.
thing.
At this point, this is where we are.
Like federally speaking, with the U.S., 18 to be considered an adult, and
or
for you to
take,
legally
yes.
vote, for you to be able to enroll and enlist in the military,
Yes.
and 21 to smoke and drink.
Fair enough.
Like that, I get.
That makes at least some sense. You're getting old enough to make some reasonable decisions.
Yep.
Not all of them, clearly. People are stupid even all the way in their 40s, let me tell you. But point in case is,
But I'm not 40 yet.
brah, these are children.
Bro, no, not even though. The like getting back to the whole point of the fucking gaming thing. Like
Oh yeah, by the way, the gaming thing. Just the
you
sheer
gotta be
hypocrisy.
18 to online game, and what they fucking been doing is that the kids, if I'm not mistaken, they started spoofing and making
they'll
fake
just
IDs.
lie.
Yes.
Like, do you honestly
Because
think...
fuck the rules. They
Do
want
you-
to play video games.
Yeah, do you...
It seems like fuck the rules is a teenager and a kid thing, no matter what government you're under.
Bro,
Fucking,
imagine
we don't need no
being-
education. We don't need no thought control.
Hey, Chinese, leave them kids alone. But, bro, imagine this. Being born under such a fucking suppressive government inevitably means that rebellion is going to spark you one way or another. They are going to find a way to circumvent this. And I guarantee you, just like in 2019, this law means absolutely nothing. But I, for once, am actually laughing at it, because it means that after all the time that all the game companies and movie studios kowtowed to China's bullshit just so they could give us a lesser product so they could satisfy their Chinese rich overlords, now the very people that they wasted so much time and effort on are fucking them over just as hard. I wonder how this is going to actually alter the video game industry.
Hopefully, it'll gear things back towards, you know what, let's try to invest in our
Can
Western
you imagine
audience
that
back,
China,
please.
in ruining gaming, actually saves gaming?
I
Oh
would hope
God,
that's the case.
that would be
So-
quite a result.
We're getting close to the end of the episode, so our beloved listeners, please tell us, what do you think of the land of the not quite rising sun's absolute shenanigans?
Let
And
us
what do
know
you
in the
think about
comments.
their immense hypocrisy?
Let us know in the comments and let us know in the live chat. Give us your thoughts on this stuff because we want to hear from you. Speaking of which, Steph is actually asking over here. No. This is an honest thing since we were talking about age of consent and all that stuff.
Shoot,
the age
darling.
of consent in the UK is 16 and 18 in the UK to drink alcohol. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Uh-huh.
16. Okay, as far as having sex with
I
other
suppose that as long as
teenagers,
they're close enough to your age range, it shouldn't be a problem.
and as long
But
as
use
there's
protection.
yes,
Well,
please use
yes.
protection, and as long as there's no fucking like coercion and abuse going on in the process, I'd say
What was that again? Half my age plus 7? Oh, has my age plus 5? How's that?
I don't remember.
I don't
but
remember.
That was like an old saying that you said basically like beyond this point it just gets kind of weird.
But the point that Juan was trying to make is that, you know, as long as there's no coercion, there's no form of abuse going on or pressuring or threatening or anything of that sort.
then it should be okay.
Go ahead,
And as
discover
far as
yourself.
drinking goes, I always thought that like it's 17 or 18 for
Honestly,
adulthood
yeah.
and drinking over there. Like, you know what?
No,
Fine.
mind you, I am
Look,
biased
it's-
because I was knocking down shots of hard rum when I was like 13, but 18 seems fairly reasonable as long
It
as you
seems
don't go
fairly
overboard.
reasonable.
Now, like, because if I'm not mistaken, like that was also the original drinking age and smoking age here in the U.S.
Yeah, before they move it up.
Yeah, like they moved it up to 21 because fucking
Honestly, yeah, I think 18 is
our
fine.
American teens are stupid.
Bro, I can join the military at 18. I should be able to drink at 18. I need something to
yeah.
fight off the PTSD.
It-
What
Exactly.
else? What
What
else has Steph said?
No, those
It
are the
ain't
two
me.
things she
Okay,
has.
then. Okay, then.
It ain't me.
No, but in all seriousness, like the age of consent thing, if it goes below 16 that is where I get the squicks.
Like
that is
it just feels like, bro, you're a teenager.
like, bro, you're a
Yeah.
teenager.
No, hell,
That's
no.
a full
At
grown
14,
adult.
you're sometimes a prepubescent teenager.
No, you're a kid. You're a
Like,
kid
yeah.
still at 14.
People your own age are fair game, but there's a point where the number gets so high that you go, wait a minute.
Also,
Yeah, that
the
kid
thing is
still
we
has
also
a
have-
that kid still has a childhood that they want to
the
live.
thing is that we also have to establish there is like Romeo and Juliet law stuff going on.
Yes.
Where like, okay, if the relationship started when they were both under the age of consent or close enough to it,
Yeah.
and it continues so long as that there is a
Mutual consent and no
mutual
abuse
consent.
or coercion. I mean, that makes sense, dude.
That part makes sense, but there's a gap, there's a space
Like,
that you should
do
have.
you honestly think that the 24 hours between you being 17 and 18 somehow make you immediately a more mature person?
Probably one of the
Hell no, they make you
Okay.
stupider.
Okay, probably one of the stupidest things to ever come out of a Transformers Michael Bay movie. But that stupid thing that what's his face, Mark Wahlberg's daughter's Australian boyfriend, was
yeah,
it?
and
That
then
he
Mark
pulled-
Wahlberg tries to pull him out, say like, "Hey man, you shouldn't be doing this shit. She's only 18. She's only 18 years old. That's illegal."
And he pulls the actual copy of the Romeo and Juliet law from his wallet. Actually, no, brother, we knew each other when we were both under 18. So and we never touched each other, and we didn't do anything in that time. We haven't done anything with each other
So
since.
you're saying he brought receipts.
He brought the receipt.
Oh my God.
The thing is, Mark Wahlberg looked at that. You have this extreme close up look at him like, you fucking keep this shit in your wallet?
Yes.
How many other chicks do you do this to, you creep? No, but like that.
Yeah, you want to know what happens to Romeo and Juliet in the end, huh?
They both. Oh, spoiler alert! They both die.
What?
Spoiler.
Bullshit. Anyway.
No, but like the point is like, okay, if there's an age gap with the people, there's like a power dynamic in terms of the relationship and all that. So that's something that has to be watched. But anything below 16, 15, 14, ni te atreves.
That
Don't
is
even
like
fucking try
that
me.
is like the line in the sand. The Ravens flock does not endorse sexual relationships with people under the age of 16.
No.
As long as you yourself are considered a legal adult. Please don't do that. It's incredibly dangerous.
And
You
know
don't want to
that-
ruin your entire life over something like
And
this.
no, that doesn't mean that anyone in the Ravens flock has had sexual relations with anyone at the age of 16.
we are what is
Never. Fucking creeps.
We are what is scientifically known as grown-ass men. We
I
don't.
got a grown ass wife.
We prefer women. We
who
don't
is
go for
sexy
girls.
as
Thank
hell.
you.
And me and Angel, you can say whatever you want about us, but we actually have common sense.
We do. I mean, yes, we do totally.
Well, at least when
100%.
it comes to dating ladies.
Well, yes, that. Also, bro, I don't want to go to jail.
Exactly.
I want to find love, but
one
not
one
that
last
kind
person
of love.
on the chat, Certified Hustler, saying, "Yo, hi there, Certified Hustler.
Hello, hustle.
Yo.
Mama.
Oh.
We're actually wrapping up.
Well, actually, yeah, we're wrapping up, but yeah, we've reached the end of the program. So yes, tune in next week on next Thursday. As I mentioned, I'll be covering the last episode of NXT in the Black and Gold era, and I'll be covering, just to get a giggle out of Juan, CM Punk versus Darby Allin at this year's AEW pay-per-view,
this is
AEW
gonna be
All Out,
good.
which is tomorrow, September 5th in Chicago, Illinois.
As
You
we
have to-
remember, CM Punk came back with a roaring, screaming crowd and a beautiful return to see his fucking anime rivals standing on a mountain looking down on him. Some real Fist of the North Star shit.
Will Morris on the chat. Hi, Will Morris. Thanks
Hello,
for coming
Will.
in. I can't believe Juancho just spoiled Romeo and Juliet, a secret kept for over 400 years. For shame.
I know. What is wrong with this
Dude.
piece of shit?
We've been around since 2013. Look in my eyes and tell me that. No, look in his eyes and tell me
Imagine human eyes.
and tell me if there is shame. Is there shame here?
In my defense,
Angel, come and show them.
I don't have to. I'm an immigrant. I left my shame behind a long time ago.
Ain't no shame in our
The
game.
shame was too heavy, so I had to cast it off me.
Ain't no shame, folks. Do your thing. Just stay sure you're ahead of the game.
Just
Is
to
it
cut
worth it?
Wancho,
Let me work.
Wancho. So, and also next Saturday we will be starting a new game for Los Amigos Play, the official 5-year anniversary of Persona 5.
This should be fun.
Yes!
I got my hands
Dude,
on the
you're gonna
Royal
fucking
Edition.
love it, guys.
I hope you're ready, because this one is gonna be long. This one's gonna be real long.
Oh, snap.
Oh, yeah.
Dangerously
Do
long.
it.
Now, yeah,
Persona
absolutely.
5.
We're going to be dedicating the entire month of September to Persona 5 for Los Amigos Play.
Oh, we're not stopping in September. This is gonna come up and consume the next 10 years of our lives.
This is our next long-term programming
This
for
is
Los
going to
Amigos Play.
consume
So
hours.
if you're into Japanese action role-play games of epic death and destiny with a killer soundtrack, then Persona 5 is the game for you.
Fair warning, guys, because the game has a lot of social aspects. I'm gonna have you two decide what the main character does with his daily life.
Okay,
Whoopsie.
we'll
That's
get
right.
to that when
you
we
get
get
to decide everything, including
Let's
what
not
girl
give
he
away,
dates.
Angel, let's not give away everything.
You'll see. You'll see.
We'll see next Saturday. But until then, This has been an awesome, exciting edition of our flagship show. We're always here every Saturday night talking about all these different news topics in the nerd community that's circulating every week. There's always something new to talk about, and you can count on us to continue to have the pulse on the community and to continue to not only discuss these topics, but also give you the platform to speak up and give us your thoughts on this in part of our mission of making your voice our mission. And I just said mission twice.
Yep.
Juan, plug us away.
Before I plug us away, Steph the Alternate and Will are having an exchange. Hey up, Will. No shame at all. Hey, Steph. Laters, everyone. Fire stream. Thank you, Steph, for staying up.
Thank
I
you,
know it's
Karen.
like probably, 3 in the morning over there?
It's
Thank
okay.
you
She
for
lives
that.
in Narnia.
We
There's
love
no
you.
clocks in that
Drinking
place.
hard coffee or something?
Good
No,
God,
she's
no,
drinking hard tea.
I appreciate the sleep deprivation that you put yourself through to
Thank
watch
you
and
so
support the
much.
Ravens flock.
We are sincerely in your depth, or your attention
With
fuels
that,
us.
with that said and done, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of the Ravens Flock, hosted by Jose Casabona, Angel Mendez, and yours truly, Juan Arouse. As we bring you every week's the continuous coverage in the world of the geek community, where we discuss the cosplay community, where we discuss conventions, where we discuss movies, music, TV shows, anime, manga, comics, video gaming, everything in between. And as we strive forward, as Jose has said, since 2013, to make your voice our mission, continue to spread the word of the Ravens Flock. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Let's point to Angel's knee one more time, down here. Yay. Point to that knee. Get that subscribe button, get that follow button, hit the notification bell, ring that bell. Make sure that you are following every single update from the Ravens Flock. And as always, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/The Ravens Flock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/The Ravens Flock Online, Twitch.tv/The Ravens Flock Online, and of course, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/The Ravens Flock, home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in, everyone watching. Nerds all over the internet, nerds all over the world. We are the Ravens Flock, and we are out.
Until next time.